subscribe to my channel.
Have you ever had a dream so vivid that it felt real? A dream where everything seems connected to your waking life, and even after you wake up, you can't be sure if it was just a dream. This story is about Ethan, an ordinary office worker in the city. Ethan is a salesperson, always under pressure. His life revolves around work, deadlines, and saving money. Like many others, his days are uneventful and repetitive. But one day, something strange happened that changed everything. It all began one night. Ethan had a strange dream. He dreamed of walking into a peculiar little shop. The shop was dimly lit with dusty shelves full of old and random items. Even in the dream, he could smell the damp, moldy air. Behind the counter stood an old man with a wrinkled face. The man spoke in a hoarse voice.
Take one item. It will change your destiny.
Ethan was confused, but picked up a broken pocket watch. The old man smiled silently. Then Ethan woke up. When he opened his eyes, the pocket watch was lying on his bedside table. What's going on? Ethan felt scared. He tried to convince himself it was just stress or maybe sleepwalking. But things didn't stop there. A few nights later, he had the same dream again, the same shop, the same old man, and the same words.
Take one item. It will change your destiny.
This time, Ethan picked up a rusty key. When he woke up, the key was right there on his pillow. By now, Ethan's fear was indescribable. His heart pounded every time he woke up with a new item, each one feeling like a piece of a dark puzzle he was terrified to solve. The thought of falling asleep became unbearable, and his mind raced with questions he couldn't answer, amplifying his sense of helplessness. He tried staying awake all night, but no matter what he did, he would always fall asleep by 5 a.m. and wake up with a new item from the dream. Gradually, Ethan noticed a strange connection between these items and his real life. For example, the pocket watch stopped at exactly 8:13 a.m., the moment he narrowly avoided a car accident on his way to work. That day, he had overslept after staying up late, scrolling on his phone. He rushed out with his bag, muttering, "Oh no, I'm so late." The streets were crowded with morning traffic. As he ran across an intersection, he heard the screech of brakes. He looked up and saw a black car just inches away. The driver's terrified face was clear in his view. At that moment, he felt death's icy grip. Somehow, he managed to step back, and the car grazed his bag as it sped past. Gasping for air, Ethan checked the pocket watch. It had stopped at exactly 8:13 a.m. Another time, the rusty key opened the storage room in his rented apartment. Inside, he found a broken ceramic cup and a red scarf, both eerily similar to the items he saw in the shop. When he touched the cup, he noticed dried brown stains on the edges, like old blood. As he held the red scarf, he saw a flash of an image, a woman covering her face with the scarf surrounded by flames and screams. He could almost feel the heat of the fire. His hands trembled, and he realized these items were not just objects. They seemed to predict something terrible in his future. Ethan wanted to break free from the loop. He tried changing his bedtime routine, setting alarms to wake up before the dreams could start, and even sleeping in different places. Yet, no matter what he did, the dreams came back, and the items kept appearing. He even sought help from a therapist, thinking it might be a psychological issue, but nothing could stop the relentless cycle. But even when he refused to pick an item in the dream, something would still appear by his bed the next morning. He started to suspect that the dream and reality were somehow connected through time. After researching obsessively, he came across the concept of a time paradox. According to the theory, if someone travels back in time to change history, their actions will become part of that history. In other words, no matter how hard they try, they will be guided back to the original outcome. Time is like a closed loop. The more you try to escape, the more you return to the same point. So could these items be warnings from the future? If they were meant to help him avoid danger, why did they seem to lead him closer to it? One night, Ethan couldn't hold back anymore and questioned the old man in his dream. "Who are you? Why are you making me choose these things?" The old man lifted his head, and Ethan was shocked to see his own face, aged and full of sorrow.
I am you.
The old man said.
I'm trying to save you.
The old man explained that he was Ethan from the future. He had tried countless times to change his destiny, but found that time's rules wouldn't allow it.
You will die in a fire, the old man said. Every item is a warning, but no matter what I do, you keep walking toward the same fate. Don't you see? Time has locked us in a loop.
Ethan was terrified. The thought of being trapped in a loop, destined to face an inevitable tragedy, consumed his mind. Was his future truly unchangeable, or was there something he had overlooked in his desperate attempts to rewrite his fate? In his last dream, the old man handed Ethan a red scarf. Ethan saw a vision of himself in a burning building helping a pregnant woman. The image froze at the moment he collapsed from the smoke, unable to escape. That day, Ethan visited a client's company. During the meeting, chaos broke out as people screamed about a fire on the lower floors. The fire alarm blared, and smoke began to fill the air. As Ethan made his way downstairs, he saw a pregnant woman lying on the ground struggling to breathe. Without hesitation, he rushed to help her. He covered her face with his jacket and supported her as they moved toward the exit. But as they neared safety, the smoke grew thicker. Ethan's vision blurred, and he felt his strength fading. He noticed the red scarf around the woman's neck, now scorched and blackened at the edges. His last memory was of her desperate eyes as he collapsed. The next day, news reports praised a man who had died heroically, saving a pregnant woman in the fire. The red scarf was found clutched tightly in the woman's hands. The story ends here, but the questions remain. If you were Ethan, what would you do? Can time truly be changed, or are our choices already written in fate's script?